is one of the best generation of the 3 Series to be ever sold, and I know that's a controversial opinion because they have some amazing generations over the past, but personally I think this is one of the most successful versions of the 3 Series they've ever sold. And well, this is one of the last years they're going to make it because they just announced an all new generation, the new class if I'm not sure. Well, they've only announced the i3, but we know that there are going to be gas powered versions coming very soon. So I thought to maybe organize a small tribute for the G20. Everybody to the M340i Jahre Edition, and this is the 330i LCI2. Well, I've already done a very in-depth review of the 330i LCI2. I've never driven the LCI2 M340i, but when I got the chance, I couldn't say no to make it a farewell combining both of the cars of the segment. Let's see if the M340i is still one of the better cars to buy in the segment. So what is the G20? G20 is essentially the 3 Series. The G30 was the 5 Series, and then the G80 became the M3 and so on. This, however, I think is one of their highest selling 3 Series ever made this generation. You can see so many on the road, and rightfully so, because as a platform it's extremely competent. It does everything you ask of. I think it looks really good. Even the pre-LCI, the LCA1 and the LCI2, which got very minor visual updates, I think it looks very handsome on the road. As you can see, I have 2 examples of the cars, very beautiful specs. This is the M340i 50 Jahre Edition, so this is like a sort of like a limited run, lots of individual elements on it. This is a 330i LCI2, which I think looks really good as well. This is the Portimai blue, this is the Avers blue metallic. As I said, this is a BMW individual paint, usually a $5,000 option, but standard on the Jahre. This also has the ivory white merino leather interior, which is also an option usually, but standard on the 50th Jahre. You do have some badges on this, on the inside, on the outside. The trim on the inside is also carbon fiber as opposed to wood, which you would find on other BMWs. So that's also standard on this special edition of the M340i. This has the B48 with the mild hybrid. I've already done a very in-depth, thorough review of the 330i, and honestly, this is my pick of the segment if you want to buy a commuter grade version of an luxury executive sedan. This, however, is the sporty version because this has a 2-liter B48 with a mild hybrid, as I said, about 260-ish, 270 horsepower, all-wheel drive. This is the 3-liter inline 6 B58 that produces about 392, so it's gotten about a 10 horsepower bump with the mild hybrid with the LCI2. Both extremely spacious in the front, in the back. The boot is decently big, and as I said, it's both of them are X drive, so they are ready to handle any winter terrain or any slippery condition, or just all around the year. You can truly enjoy these cars on your favorite back road or just commuting to work, which both of these cars can very well handle it extremely easily. As I said, it's one of my favorite cars in the segment, and I have to applaud BMW for nailing it, for making the chassis so competent that they can make a commuter version of it and a performance version of it, and then build upon it and make a proper M version, which we know also is quite popular in the enthusiast circle. Let's see if the B58 is still the legendary one, and well, one final drive, because this is now being killed off for 2026. They have just announced the new class, and they have only announced the i3, but we are very certain that the gas powered versions are going to be announced very soon as well. So let's just go for the one last drive of the G20, and well, just cherish it, because this is one of the better cars that BMW has made of late in the last few years. I'm now behind the wheel of the 2026 M340i 50 Jahre. So this has the famed 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6 that produces about 392. The famed B58, which is now gaining legendary status in the enthusiast circle. It's gotten a 10 or 12 horsepower bump because of the 48-volt mild hybrid, and that helps with fuel economy as well, and I think it fills in with electric torque sometimes when the turbocharger is still spooling up. So I think that's a great addition for the car. This has the M Sport Pro suspension, the brakes, everything. This is running on smaller wheels for the winter setup. This does get 20-inch, currently on 18-inch. The steering is also slightly more sporty because of the M Sport Pro package. So yeah, let's see how it drives. So I already have it in drive, and well, it is an M340i, right? And there's only one thing you can do with it, and that is to launch it. So we can activate the launch control by putting it into Sport Plus, putting the gearbox in sport, putting the transmission into sport traction. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle, and we go. Oh my god, that is so fast. And that is 0 to 100 in a claimed 4.1 seconds. Well, I say 4.1 seconds, but we all know how BMW works, and real world dyno figures have gotten more horsepower, and draggy V-box setups have gotten a faster 0 to 100 than what BMW claim. So that was brutal, and the road conditions aren't the best. It is a bit slippery, it has been snowing, the roads are wet, it is on winter tires, but it just puts the power down so beautifully well. And the best part, it'll do this all day, all conditions. It just, the X-Drive system, it's no quattro, but I would say it's very close to a quattro system on the way it puts the power down. It's flawless. The chassis is very agile. It's smaller than a 5 Series, and considering nowadays cars are becoming bigger, so this 3 Series is also bigger than, I would say, considerably bigger than an F Series or an E90, which if you are used to, this will feel like a boat. But if you've driven a 5 Series or the 7 Series, which I have, this is the perfect size. It feels very nimble, it feels very sharp, and I am in Sport now, so in Sport Plus, so the ride is also adaptive suspension, so it's very stiff. I am hitting some bumps, but if I floor it and if I attack some corners, the steering feel is actually really good. One of the best steering feels on any. Oh, I have the traction in Sport traction, so the rear just decided to play a little bit, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Oh, puts the power down like anything. I can turn the traction back on for full protection, and the roads are a bit greasy right now, so I would appreciate the extra layer of protection. But yeah, it's so good. And the best part is I can put it back into comfort, or I can put it into Eco Pro, and it becomes like a regular 3 Series. There is very less difference between this and the 330i in comfort and eco. Fuel economy in the city, you can get about 10.5 to 11 liters per 100, and on the highway you can get about 7.5 liters. This is amazing for a car that has such performance credentials. The suspension goes into a relaxed mode, and you can just glide and just cruise. What else do you need? This dual personality that this car has is absolutely fantastic, and genuinely I don't know how BMW has done this magic trick of implementing everything into one package, and I see why the M340i is so loved in the enthusiast circle. In conclusion then, the G20 3 Series, honestly, I love this generation. It's one of the best generations they've made, and I know this is a controversial opinion, but just look at it. Even in its base, guys, and I know base is a tough word to say because this is so fully loaded and it's so well equipped and it does everything so perfectly. The B48 motor is a gem. It's extremely practical. The boot is really big. X-Drive for days. You can have a lot of fun, yet commute to work in the same car. You don't have to have a fun car. This can do it all. But if you think that this is not quite fun enough, you can upgrade to the M340i. The B58 is almost getting legendary status in the enthusiast circle. It's extremely powerful. This with the M exhaust, the optional exhaust, sounds really good, and it has all the practicality that the 330i has. And that's what I mean when I say that BMW absolutely killed it with the G20 series, because you can just have an executive luxury sedan, yet you can have bucket loads of fun. And I personally think no other car in the segment can blend both those two lifestyles so perfectly well. And kudos to BMW for nailing it. This is one of the last years they're going to make it, because they just announced the new class, the i3, and I know they're going to make gas powered versions for sure. If you are in the market to buy one, you can still buy the M340i 50th Jahre for about $91,000. This has lots of options standard, so the individual paint, the individual interior, the M Sport Pro package, everything is standard. This car only has one option, which is the adaptive cruise control, which is for $2,000. So all in pre-tax is $93,000. This is much cheaper. This is a much more affordable version, but you can't go wrong with either. And that's what I mean when I say that BMW has absolutely nailed this chassis code for the 3 Series. Just look at it. And it's actually kind of sad that we are moving on from it. I wish they could have maybe prolonged it for another year or two, because considering that the LCI2 just came to the market last year, so I'm a bit sad that they are moving on to the new generation so quickly. Well, what can I say? You've done a good job, the G23 series, and well, you can continue to be living on in enthusiast circle and attaining the legendary status.